Y'all, we need to have a talk.
Yeah, Christian, what's up? Yeah, what's wrong?
There's a problem with the channel. There's been little to no growth. The subscriber numbers are stagnant, and at this rate, we'll be 80 years old before we hit 100K.
Just make more content. Grand Slam Tennis News Today is bound to blow up.
See, that's part of the problem. That name is tired. It doesn't represent us or what we're trying to do with this platform.
True, you got a point. But I think the new name has got to have our actual name, Christian, in it, while still somehow relating to tennis. I agree.
Wait, I've got it.
Hey y'all, I'm Christian Basnai. I'm 21 years old from Virginia Beach, and welcome to Christian's Court, where I cover tennis from all angles. So yes, this is the great big rebrand. I'm gonna get into a little bit of why I changed my name later, but just giving y'all a little bit of background information on who I am. Currently a senior in college, where I'm actually about to graduate in a month, and I major in journalism and business. I'm also on the tennis team at my school, as you can see there, that picture. And I've played the sport since I was 9 years old. And I was also 9 years old when I made my very first YouTube video, which I actually published exactly 12 years ago today. So I was very intentional about choosing April 28th as the day for this rebrand. Around that time, my name was Tennis Updates 98. Don't ask why, it was just random. And I rebranded that 3 years later in 2015 as Grand Slam Tennis News Today, which I've used up until now. I took a hiatus from making YouTube content and returned in 2019 because I just wanted something else to occupy my time. And the last 5 years or so have been pretty successful. I've amassed over 11,000 subscribers and have even been granted media access or accreditation to cover high-profile tennis tournaments like the Western and Southern Open, although I wasn't able to actually go. I still got the media credentials, so can't take that away from me. However, as I alluded to in that little intro skit, my channel growth has been a little bit stagnant in the past 2 years, and I just felt like it was time for a change. The meaning behind Grand Slam Tennis News Today is kind of self-explanatory. Just basically posting tennis news, especially during the Grand Slam tournaments, the 4 Grand Slams. But aside from that being a terrible name, I felt like it didn't really represent my goals for having this platform. Tennis has given me so much. It's more than just a sport for me, to be honest, and more than just a passion. It's an outlet and almost an escape of mine, especially during hard times, namely losing my mother at an early age. My first memory of tennis is actually her asking me which Williams sister I thought would win the 2009 Wimbledon singles final, and I had no clue who either of these women were at the time. Ultimately, Venus and Serena were the ones who got me invested in the sport, and they're the reason why I made this inexplicable decision to grab my iPad at 9 years old and record a YouTube video about tennis.
Hey tennis fans, this is your boy, Tennis Updates 98. I just have some updates for you. Victoria Azarenka is into the finals to meet Maria Sharapova. She defeated Baranska 6-1, 6-3. Both players had one aces. That's pretty sucks, but they stink. I think Serena's gonna beat him. When she comes back, I'm sure she's gonna come swinging and kill them. Oh, what? Cut out.
Anyways, I had aspirations of being a professional tennis player and inspiring more people through that, especially those who look like me, to pick up a racket, but obviously that didn't pan out. But I think content creation and storytelling is a far more feasible and effective means for me in doing this. So that's where we get into the rebrand and Christian's Court. I felt that it was important to put my name in my new title or name because it really signifies how I want to be more of a tennis personality and establish a greater personal connection with my viewers. I was actually inspired by 2 people within the tennis industry when thinking of this new direction I wanted to go in. One of them was Morgan Riddle, who is the girlfriend of top-ranked American male Taylor Fritz. Morgan has amassed over about 700,000 followers across TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube, and she's gotten a wide new crop of people invested in the sport through her vlogs detailing her life on tour. I'd also want to be a tennis influencer of some sorts, but more through the lens of being a tennis journalist and someone who talks about the current events on the pro tour. I want to be more active too on the more short form platforms like TikTok and Instagram, because that's how a lot of young people receive their content, and that Gen Z demographic is one that I want to really tap into a lot more. In addition to talking tennis news, I want to talk about things like tennis fashion and even interview interview more players to get different perspectives from them that we don't typically glean from press conferences. In addition to bringing all of that to YouTube, I also want to make a vlog series on here, kind of detailing my journey and trying to build my platform and cover these big tournaments around the world. Ultimately, I want to be more of an on-air personality, and that's where my second inspiration, Prakash Amritraj, comes into play. Prakash has kind of become the face of Tennis Channel interviews, especially the past few years, and he's just an overall very likable guy who can get a different side out of these players. I want to be the younger Gen Z version of Prakash because, again, he does a great job, but I feel like tennis is missing a younger personality in the mainstream that can help attract a younger generation of tennis fans. And that's ultimately my main goal of this platform, trying to get more people invested in this sport. Now, I don't want to ostracize any of my older viewers either. I'm still going to be giving y'all my regular tennis updates, but I'm just adding more and different stuff to this platform. Anyways, I'm not going to make this video too long. It's just a short, more of an introductory video to me and this new rebrand, but leaving y'all with more of a summary of what I have planned moving forward with Christian's Court. As I mentioned earlier, I am going to be more active on my other social media platforms like Instagram and TikTok, posting short form content, including daily tournament recaps and other original stuff. So make sure y'all follow me over there at Christian's Court so you don't miss out. Second, that vlog series I mentioned will be called It's the Journey, and I will be posting new episodes every 2 to 3 weeks behind the scenes of my life as I prepare for life after graduation. The first episode of this series will be premiering on May 8th, I think that's a Wednesday, where I'll give the rundown of my summer experience working with Tennis Channel and interviewing players, so stay tuned for that as well. I will also be activating a Patreon account soon to give y'all another means to financially support me and my goals, because I do want to ultimately travel the world and cover major tennis tournaments. I'd also be giving patrons extra content over there in addition to giving them early access to my regular content that I post here on YouTube. Patrons will also get first dibs and recommending content for me to actually talk about, so I'll definitely take that into consideration. So make sure y'all on the lookout for that whenever I do make it active. That's coming pretty soon. And then finally, this whole rebrand is definitely a work in progress. I'm honestly not where I really want it to be in terms of like having everything straightened out. I don't have my intro yet for the channel, and I think that comes from me being a perfectionist and not wanting to put things out until it's absolutely perfect. But I think one thing I've realized recently is that you kind of learn as you go, and it's almost impossible to, it is impossible to achieve perfection, and it's best to try and then not do as well at the beginning and then progressively learn and perfect your craft. And that's exactly what I'm trying to do here. So bear with me. I know it's not exactly the quality that I want right now, but I'm just going to put myself out there, and I'm forcing myself to be more uncomfortable in doing this for the betterment of my content creation career. So that's all I have for y'all with this video. I appreciate it if you stuck around all the way to the very end. Y'all are real for that. Again, make sure y'all subscribe and click the notification bell. I always say that, so you're notified whenever I post new content. Of course, Madrid is still going on, and I plan on posting content with that, and then Rome, and then ultimately Roland Garros. So I'm going to be really trying to grind hard and post content. So make sure y'all subscribe and stay tuned for what I have in store for y'all. Thank y'all so much for watching, and I'll see y'all next time on Christian's Court. Thank you.